I just found these Jonah crabs in my lobster traps. So we're gonna cook them, and I'll show you the best way to break them down and get the most out of your crab. Unlike a lobster, they take a little bit more work, but they are super delicious. So let's get some water boiling, and we'll steam these suckers up. You only need as much water as won't cook off while you're steaming them, because you're steaming them, you're not boiling them. It's just a quick thing. We'll get about 3 pounds of crabs, so we're gonna put them in for about 20 minutes. Now that they're done, take them out, put them on somewhere to cool. Go make a potato salad or a coleslaw while you wait for them to cool. To break it down, you're gonna need some tools. I don't like these curved ones quite so much. The cheap, straight ones work really good. First things first, I just flip it over and break off the bigger claws. The little claws. Already you can see as I pulled them out, chunks of meat popped out everywhere. Just throw them in our little bowl. And this is where the picker comes in handy. Pluck out any easily little accessible pieces of meat, and your bowl fills up pretty quick. For the big claws, just break them all apart. That one we got lucky and all the meat just popped right out of that first bigger joint right there. Crab shells break up a lot, so when you're cracking it, keep rotating it and cracking it slowly because you don't want a lot of broken pieces to have to pick out of your meal. Once you get to the claw, same thing. Just crack it a little bit. The less you can crack it, the better. Pull it off. Once that's completely broken down, you got a nice little lollipop of meat there. Dip it in your butter and go to town. Be careful though, there's a little piece of cartilage in the middle, so you just kind of suck the meat off of that. So when it comes to the rest of the legs, there's a lot of meat right in here, not so much in here. And if you just work it very slowly with a couple little cracks, you might get lucky again and get a full lollipop of meat out a second time. Give her a little dip and keep enjoying. Once you've broken down the easier parts of it, come back and make something for your leftovers. And if you got nothing better to do, you can break down those lower legs, which just takes a lot of cracking and getting your little tool out and picking and cracking and picking and then picking little broken bits out. That's why mostly when I do this, I always stick to just these bigger parts of the back legs and the big claws. And then in the body here, there's the apron. You take that, you break that back, pull that off of there. You reach in behind the apron, get your fingers in there, and you're gonna pull this piece up and out of the body. There's nothing up in the rest of the shell. A little bit of what is called the mustard you'll find in the rest of the body as well. And you can just tap this off in your bowl. Just knock some of that out. Then rip off the gills and anything else that breaks away from it. Any other mouthpieces that are still on it. And then you're just gonna break this part in half. In those spots where each of those back legs and front legs were attached, there's little pieces of meat. There's not too much in there, but if you got several of these and you got nothing else to and you're sitting at the picnic table after eating with a bunch of friends, put everybody to work and you'll have some for a crab salad sandwich tomorrow. There's 1 arm's worth of meat right there, the claw, the knuckle, and the back knuckle. It tends to break up as you remove it. There we go, that's all the discarded parts. And that's our 1 bowl of crab meat minus the claw you saw me eat and then first knuckle there on the back legs. 1 of these will make you a crab cake, 2 of these will make you a crab salad sandwich, or just dip it in butter for the win. Crabs are a little annoying to break down, but they taste so good and they're found everywhere. So check your local laws and maybe you can get on some where you are. They're really easy to catch.